Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we have Jane Doe, African American female, found March 16th, 2002. Estimated PMI 2 years. Estimated year of death 1999 to 2002. Her estimated age was between 40 and 55, and her estimated height was to be about 5'6". She was found by the property owner while he was doing restoration. Nobody had been in the vacant property for a couple of years. Area is frequented by homeless persons. All parts recovered except for her mandible. Mummified. Blue pullover sweater with blue and white trim, yellow extra large tan and yellow polo shirt, 36 by 34 Route 66 brand jeans, tan vest, brown and red belt, one athletic ankle sock, Chantilly maiden form bra, size 40C, Express brand tank top. She didn't have any shoes on. Yellow metal hoop style earring in ear. Okay. And I don't even know if she was ever reported missing. So if you have a loved one, family member that went missing, someone that you knew that went missing back then, check NamUs, make sure they're on NamUs, make sure they've been reported missing. And the investigators, obviously, if they're reported missing and they're actually in the missing case files, as far as I know, would put them on NamUs. And then try to get them on the Doe Network and the Charlie Project as well. So then trying to find somebody in Atlanta, Georgia that was missing, age 40 to 55, that was 5'6". I didn't see anybody. So let's see what we have. I went all the way across the southern states. I tried to put some of them that were in some of the nearby southern states, not all of them in here. This lady was 33 years old, and she went missing from Norcross, Georgia. That's not that far from there. She was 5'7", which is pretty close to 5'6". She went missing October 13th in 1998, which is close to the end of 98, which I think is about the right time frame. It says she was having issues in Georgia and planned to move back to Texas. It doesn't say if she had a vehicle or anything like that. Black hair, brown eyes, unknown tattoo on right thigh. Doesn't have clothing description or anything like that. So I don't know if that could be her or not. But that's the one that I put first because that was the one that I thought was the closest possibility of being the person. Okay, so then I have other ones. Here we go through the list. This lady went missing from Atlanta, Georgia. She was 5'6". She's only 16 years old, which I've seen the ages be wrong before. Date of last contact, July 17, 2000. That's 2 years. So she left her apartment in Atlanta, Georgia to look for a job. She never returned and has not been seen or heard from since. So I don't know if that could be her or not. 2 gold teeth at the bottom. So clothing description is different. Then we have this lady went missing from East Point, Georgia. It says she's 5'11". That's way too tall. But I left her in here. Gold cap, upper front left tooth gold cap. So she was last seen at her home, East Point, Georgia. Her mother stated she left at about 5:30 to catch the bus to go to work, and she never made it to work that day. This lady was 85 years old, Columbus, Georgia, 5'6". Last seen July 7th, 1999, East Winton section of Columbus, Georgia. Gray or partially gray hair, salt, pepper, brown eyes. Okay, now we're going to go to the ones further away. Cheryl Lamont Pearson, Bartlett, Tennessee, 37 years old, 5'6" to 5'7". Last seen at her Bartlett, Tennessee residence by friends at about 1 a.m. Her vehicle was later located at an apartment complex near her residence, January 7th, 2002. Last seen at her home by friends. Has a small 6-digit on both hands. Wow. Last seen by her friends. Okay, then we have Larisha Deanna Walker, Nashville, Tennessee, November 19th, 1999. Keep in mind, all these people are around 5'6", except for the one at the beginning, and there's one close to the end because of the area that I was like shocked there was so many of them. Nashville, Tennessee, last seen Friday, November 19th, 1999. She was reported leaving in the morning to go to Murfreesboro. Was she hitchhiking? Black hair, brown eyes. I mean, who was she with? Was she taking a bus? Okay. Memphis, Tennessee, Marcia Denise Brown, October 1st, 1999, 5'5" to 5'7". The victim threatened to burn down the landlord's rental property. Victim. The property did burn later that day, but the victim was nowhere to be found. They call her a victim, so they know something happened to her. It seems to me they're calling her a victim. So, no picture. Lisa Michelle Hoover, also no picture, Memphis, Tennessee, March 1st, 1999, 5'5" to 5'6". Mother reported her daughter, Lisa Hoover, missing. February 23rd, 2004. She was last heard from was in March 1999. Wow. Deformity, middle finger, right hand. Pamela Bradshaw, Wilmington, North Carolina, September 2000, 5'7" to 5'8", 41 years old. She was last seen talking to someone in a white car near 7th Street and Red Cross Street in downtown Wilmington in September 2000. Black hair, brown eyes. Tamika Danielle Pridgeon, forgive me if I'm not pronouncing that right, I'm pretty sure I'm not. May 11, 2001, LaGrange, North Carolina, 16 years old, 5'7" to 5'10". I don't know how tall she was. Last seen in LaGrange, North Carolina. Her hair was highlighted light brown at the time she went missing. Last seen wearing a mint green shirt and mint green skirt with a flower print. 16 years old. Greensboro, North Carolina, 32 years old, 5'5". Sybil may have gone missing anywhere from 1986 to 1991. They don't know. Shoulder length, hair could be black. Buck teeth. They don't even know when she went missing. I can't pronounce her name. North Carolina, November 27th, 1998. Furu Denise Perry. Forgive me, I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that right. 5'6". She was last seen leaving with her boyfriend, November 27th, 1998, at about 1100 hours. It's 11 o'clock. She was carrying 2 large bags of clothes and was supposed to be going to Fayetteville, North Carolina. Wow. Very pretty young lady. Sheila Diane Hughes, Pickensville, Alabama, September 2nd, 2000. 29 years old, 5'3" to 5'5". Sheila was last seen in Pickensville, Alabama. That's all it gives. White maternity shorts. Does that mean she was pregnant? There's some pictures of her. They're pretty small pictures. Yeah. At least there's pictures, though. Stephanie Diane Hartwell. She went missing November 28, 2001 from Columbia, Mississippi, 25 years old. She looks so young. 5'5". Unknown circumstances. She was last seen between 8:30 a.m. and 9 a.m. getting into a green four-door Saturn with tinted windows. Oh, black hair, black eyes. Wow. Jesse Barnes, West Point, Mississippi, July 7th, 2000, 5'5", unknown. She was last seen late in the afternoon at a family member's residence in the vicinity of the 800 block of Little Street in West Point, Mississippi. She has a medical condition. She hasn't been seen since. Shirley Ann Gladley, Mississippi, 20 years old, 5'7", 125 pounds. Last seen April 9th, 1999, as she was leaving home on foot to pay an electric bill. She was reported missing 3 days after that. Went to pay an electric bill and disappeared. Mickey Coleman, 25 years old, Jackson, Mississippi, 5'5". Unknown circumstances. Black hair, brown eyes. Tattoo of her name on her arm. Unknown circumstances. Charleston, South Carolina, 29 years old. Thais Renee Sellers, forgive me if I'm not pronouncing that right, 5'4" to 5'5". Tiny petite, 105 to 110 pounds. Wow. Partial 11th pinky toe on one foot. No vehicle. And then there's nothing about the circumstances mentioned. It doesn't even mention them. This one is the one, there's somebody with, one of these has a different height, but this is Fort Lauderdale, Florida in 1998. November 4th, 1998, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 32 years old, 5'6". Last seen in Broward County, Florida in 1998. Black hair, brown eyes. Cross-eyed. So she went missing at Fort Lauderdale, Florida in 1988. Here we have another one. This one's 5'2". I added this one, but when I saw so many around that height, that went missing in Fort Lauderdale, Florida in 1988. July 3rd, 1998. Just said she was last seen in the Fort Lauderdale area. Gray t-shirt with a horse on the front, Kentucky on back, black slippers. That's in July. This one's June 23rd, 1998, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 19 years old. That doesn't really mention the circumstances, 5'5". June 28th, she hasn't been seen since. Tattoo of Taz Devil on abdomen, tattoo of tiger on right shoulder. One more. May 27th, 1998, Sharon Gaskin, 5'7", last seen in the Fort Lauderdale area. Tattoo of Brandon on ankle. Is that the last one? So, yeah. We have this lady went missing in Fort Lauderdale, Florida in 1988. This lady went missing in Fort Lauderdale, Florida in 1988. This lady went missing in Fort Lauderdale, Florida in 1988. And this lady also went missing in Fort Lauderdale, Florida in 1988. That's 4 African American females that went missing in Fort Lauderdale, Florida in 1998. So, wow, that seems like a lot to me. And then we have this young lady in New Orleans went missing. She was 5'6". She went missing in 1999. She was only 26 years old. Last seen by her grandmother, who dropped her off in front of her apartment. She had a ticket to fly home to Washington, D.C. on January 9th. That would have been 6 days later. So, and she went missing. And this lady in Virginia, I don't know if there was anybody else in Virginia, or there might have been some other southern state people. What? She was 5'6", and it sounds like she got robbed of a lot of money. 42 years old. Missing person left home to go to the store and did not report to work. $10,000 missing from her bank account. And her vehicle was found abandoned in the Walmart parking lot in Hanover County, Virginia. And I'm not sure how far away that was, but sounds like somebody just wanted to rob her. Shoulder length, straightened hair, brown eyes, pierced ears. So that's when I went to go through them to see if I could find anybody that fit the description. And then I separated them by the states. And I saw the 3 in Fort Lauderdale, 4. Well, I saw 3 in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I decided to see if there was anybody else of different heights that went missing that year. Because I couldn't believe it. 4 people in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. But this is the Jane Doe we have. She was 5'6" in Atlanta, Georgia. If you have any information about who she could be, please contact authorities and let them know. If you have any loved ones that went missing, any states, anywhere, anytime, friends, family members, make sure they're in NamUs. Make sure they're actually been reported as missing, and they're in NamUs. They should be in NamUs if they've been reported missing, right? And also try to get them in the Doe Network and the Charlie Project. And like I said, this is the one that was the closest to fitting the description that I could find. I don't even know if it's somebody that was reported missing or not. And then there's a couple other people in Georgia. She's 5'11", so she's older. She's closer to that age, and she's younger. So those are the people I have. If you have any information about any of those missing people, please contact authorities. Even if you feel like it's hearsay, somebody was drinking and talking over the years, you heard rumors, you overheard something in jail, anywhere, please contact authorities. Give them the information. Let them decide what's relevant, what's important. Let them have the information, even if, just let them have it. Let them decide what to do with it. And don't forget to pray for their families and their loved ones. Feel free to leave comments and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.